mauled, Bytor. All right. Oh, well, okay, this might make a little bit more sense. All right, here we go. We are on Golden Heights, the first hybrid map today that I'm casting. And we have Cat over here as the Mongols, and over up here we have Leenock as the Rus. Now this is an interesting... It's very interesting that Rus was not banned by Cat. Rus is considered the #1 civ right now by pretty much every pro player. And even most people at the high level agree with it. And I do say a difference between high level and pro because pro players are playing a lot more than high level players usually. So very interesting to see Rus on this map though. Like I feel like I don't know what their map picks are, so maybe it makes sense why they're doing this. Or why he picked Rus here, because I feel like Rus would be better on a different map. But maybe they only have hybrid maps, and that's why he's just going to pick Rus here. He feels like it's the best. Either way, most people also would agree that Mongols is probably the best on hybrid maps right now. Let's be honest, they've almost always been the best at it. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Interestingly enough, he's going to try to... assassinate. I think he'll be able to kill his villager before Doc can go down. That's very annoying. You know, Leenock's opening is very weird for a Rus hybrid map, by the way. And I say this because he opened up with a hunting cabin. You don't typically open up hunting cabin when going water. He opened up double scouts. Again, you don't usually open up double scouts when going water. And, yeah, so very weird opening by, I mean, kind of an odd opening by Leenock, but maybe this is the best way to do it. I have no idea. I haven't done a Rus hybrid map in so long that I don't remember. I don't know if this is actually the way to play it anymore now. I know before it was you'd skip your hunting cabin, and maybe you'd still make 2 scouts, but that would be it at best. And this villager is going to go down. He's going to have to cancel the dock. And this is very annoying, right? Like, this villager going down is brutal. And he pulled 3 more! Leenock said, I'm pulling 3 more. I'm not sure I like this decision. We also see a barracks already with spearmen on the way. This might be a quick game. This might be a very quick game, depending how this goes. I mean, he should be able to get the dock up. Because the spears are going to be a while. I don't know if Cat saw these villagers move out with his hunting cabin. Hunting cabin. With his... Wow, what is this? The Khan. Gamba? I'll do it next game. It's too late this game to allow gambling. It's already kind of a bad start for Leenock, in my opinion. Leenock does not have another scout. Let's kind of see what the... Let's look at the bounty. 345 bounty is what Leenock's about to be at after he kills this. Oh, sorry. 370. So, 370 bounty. At least that's pretty good. Okay, I do like this by Leenock. The walls here. Can he get this in time before the spears, though? That's the question. Leenock's gonna have to act really quickly. Okay, Leenock is pulling. He's pulling. He's pulling. Okay. There's still an opening here. There's still an opening here. Leenock realizes it. Immediately sends both his villagers. Should be able to get this up. And he was able to deny the spearmen from getting in. That's a very nice win. Now, what Cat could theoretically do, I don't think it's worth it. But he could make a transport ship and send his spearmen there. Oh, but look at this. Just sending the villager says, oh, you're going to wall? Well, then I'm going to, well, okay, I don't know why he's cutting that tree, but he's going to try to, you know, do that. Don't like this. This should be immediately to the deep sea. Come on, Leenock, you can't, why are you doing shoreline? It's Rus. Rus should always be on the deep sea. Nice little walls there by Leenock here. Gonna prevent that chop through from going through or happening. And this is actually a big mistake, I think, by Leenock. This not being on a deep sea fish is very, very, like, there's no reason it shouldn't be on a deep sea fish. For those who don't know, roost ships don't have to go back to get the food. They kind of just gather and then they drop it off where they are. So he could have it here and doesn't have to transport back to get that ship, or to get that food. But all right. Looks like Leenock is like, wait a second, this should be on deep sea, so he does understand. That's good. And we do see this being burnt down. I don't really think this is like, there's no way that Leenock's going to is going to lose the wall and a dock in time. I don't actually know, Bytor. Ooh, this is going to put him to almost 400 bounty. Kremlin coming up here. 8 villagers building it. Should be aged up here not too long from now. Spearman cheating by poking through the walls. But even if this goes down, I think Leenock's going to be fine. He's about to be feudal age. He can start making his warships. He's going to have 3 fishing ships, which, by the way, each roost ship, he has 395 bounty, Sir Eisenstange. For roost ships, each ship is worth about 2 of normal fishing ships, and Leenock has 3, so he has double the fishing ship eco than Cat. Now Leenock needs to make a gate here and run with these, or delete this wall and get out of there. And what do we see here? We do see a Logia ship coming. He's going to lose 3 villagers here, and that's very bad. Oh, I guess he's going to lose 2, but that's still really bad. Like, he's lost 3 villagers this early in the game. At this level of play, losing 3 villagers this early is a big deal. Okay, we do see a war junk coming out. I was going to say, Leenock needs to focus down the Dow. Does not want to lose this if he can avoid it. He wants to get a connection. Might be able to get it. Might be able to get it. Oh, denied. But he lost all 3 of his fishing ships. So right now, Cat lost all of his fishing eco. And, you know, to be fair, Leenock doesn't have any either. But he still has 1 fishing ship, which is equivalent to 2. Man, and Cat mismicroed his spears and lost most of them to this Logia, this Logia galley. Pretty big mistake there, I think, from him. Let's see, what is Leenock doing at base? He's actually gathering a lot of gold. I don't think he needs 8 on gold. I feel like is a little overkill, but all right, it's what he's gonna do. We do have 2 docks for, well, oh, we are about to have a. That's still building, right? Yeah. 2 docks for Cat. 2 docks about to be for Leenock. And who can win this engagement? Does Leenock have 0 villagers on food? Oh, dude, Leenock is actually only has 2 villagers on food at the moment. And, you know, these ships do cost food, by the way. The attack ship and the galley both cost, you know, 90 food, 120 food. Only demos don't cost food. So this is this could be potentially painful for Leenock. Nice shot, though. Getting rid of that demo feels good, man. But this demo shouldn't do much. Wow, nice dodge, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. All right, at this point, it's looking very good for the Mongol player here. They have now secured the water for now. All of the attack ships have been killed on Leenock's side. He does have 2 attack ships incoming. Oh, this demo. Oh, almost a good shot here. Does almost kill 1. The attack, you know, he could transform this. I was going to say, he should transform this. And this is going to be useful because he can kill this. Very nice. Oh, but there's an explosive junk. That is going to get rid of this. That is going to suck for Leenock. But what can he do? All he can do is accept his fate. 2 fishing ships, and now fishing eco is kind of getting back there. You know, he's trying to get the hit, but not quite. We do have another demo on the way. This wall was denied. Do have another explosive junk, but there's still a light junk here, so should protect him for now. Demo not enough. He's gonna lose that. And this is getting very expensive for Leenock at this point. Do have a couple of weak spears there. Yeah, Leenock has had an idle town center. He did not have enough villagers on food for a little too long. So, yeah, he did have an idle town center. I mean, the only upside for Leenock is, you know, right now, Cat isn't really on the fishing eco either. He's got 1 fishing ship, or, yeah, 1 fishing ship, and that's it. He's got a couple explosive demos coming. And, I mean, we'll see what he tries here. Might be able to get a connection. Not really. Nice dodge. Nice dodge again. Okay. He got rid of the light junk. That means this demolition ship... ooh, saved by the injured one. We do have archers coming in now for Cat. This is going to be very annoying for Leenock. He doesn't have anything to deal with the archers at the moment. Because Leenock is super focused on the water. Like, both players are super focused on the water. Although, I mean, Leenock is slowly kind of starting to take the water, I think. But this is going to be a pain. He has no way to... Well, actually, no, that's a lie. He can call his militia. But does Leenock know about the militia? He has not been playing much AoE4, I don't think. So he may not remember the militia. Ooh, mistake from Cat, though. I mean, there's a lot going on here, right? There's dealing with the water, dealing with this. Leenock just needs to go in the town center and kill these 4 archers. Yeah, this is a bit of a mistake from from Cat. Lost all 4 archers, but he is regaining water control once again. Oh, this is kind of a mistake, I think. Why would you go deer stones here? This should always be a silver tree, and he should be trading behind this. Look at Cat's eco. He's got the wood and gold. Imagine if he was trading behind this. Like, Leenock can't stop it. Leenock's fighting for water. And I think even with the... I think if he was trading, Cat would be so much more ahead. Like, I think he'd be in almost... I already think he's in an almost unlosable situation. But I think if he was trading behind this, he's really in an unlosable situation. So many warships going down here. More archers on the way. But we have 4 archers by Leenock, so he should have enough to hold this off. Again, as of right now, neither player is really benefiting from the water. Ooh, this dock is going to burn down, though. But man, that's a 10 villager lead for Cat. I mean, no, it's only 4. How many villagers does he have over here? Does he have, like, 2 or something? 1? I'm not sure why it says 10 villager lead, but Cat doesn't have that many villagers. He's only got 42, 44 at most? Maybe he has fishing ships somewhere? Not sure. But Leenock has officially lost the water, and now Cat's, you know, again, he has a 30 supply lead. He can now fish safely. The no trade hurts, but That is what it is. Oh, we have knights out now for Leenock. He's going to go Knight Archer. He does still have his militia, but doesn't look like he's going to do anything there. Nice demo hit there, but not going to be enough. And this is like a really nice spawn for Cat, right? He's got his wood covered by his town center. His gold is safe. His food is safe. And now he's going to start adding in Keshiks himself. And what's Leenock going to do here? Leenock looks like he's going to go for a second TC. I mean, he did put 11 work. I mean, he has to do this, right? The only chance Leenock has at coming back in this game is to get town centers down and try to come back that way. Because, yes, he does have... Now, while Cat does have the fishing eco, he's only just now really starting to use it. Actually, are these idle? Yeah, so he hasn't even actually... Technically, he hasn't utilized his fishing eco at all since retaking the water. So he's just now getting his fishing eco. But he is almost... He can go to Castle Age, though, soon if he wanted to... Or, no, sorry, that's Leenock. He's not really close to Castle Age or anything, whereas Leenock, you know, he's going to have that 2 TCs. He's got some knights, and he's going to be able to, you know, kind of boom a little bit. I don't think Cat's going to be able to kill Leenock, but then again, Cat does have a 23 military lead. But again, don't forget the militia. This is what the militia are useful for these kind of attacks. And the rush distance is pretty close as well, so it's not like they have to travel far. There is a wooden fortress, though, so that part is nice. It does help protect this wood line and him in general. And then his town center. But his gold will most likely have to pull off. Do you have a knight here that is going to actually make it out alive? I thought that was going to die. I mean, what Leenock could do, he's making more stables, more archery ranges, is he could take this gold instead. And, oh, he's aging. He's going castle. Okay, this is a very greedy castle at the moment. Is forced to cancel it. Another wooden fortress is going down. And he's just going to H it. This is I was going to say this is the safer spot anyway. He should have done this in the first place. So he is going Castle Age, which is going to give him a tech lead. But look at that military, 41 to 9. Leenock does not have much of a military at the moment. Thank you, Puppy, for the 17 months. Greatly appreciate it, my friend. Good luck on your match later. I mean, I'm trying to think of a way Leenock's going to survive this, right? He does have 2 wooden fortresses. These units don't do well under arrow fire. So he can honestly probably hold this just fine. High Trade House isn't the best, but, you know, it is what it is. It gives him deer, though, so that's nice. And he still has militia. I have a feeling, by the way, that Leenock doesn't know he has militia. I feel like he just forgot about it completely. I just don't think he's played enough to, like, especially Roos, to where he remembers the militia, I feel like. Because he could have used it multiple times and it would have been useful, but he hasn't done it yet. And Cat is also going Castle Age with the Curl Tie without trading. I gotta say, I'm not the... I mean, it is what it is. You know, kind of an odd... Like, I'm definitely going to say Cat is playing this very odd for Mongols, but we'll see if it works out or not. We have the first ram out, so he's going to start being able to take care of these wooden fortresses. I mean, Leenock's food income is almost is higher than Cat's, despite Cat having the deep sea fish. He's raiding with knights as well. Gonna take the hunts over here, because why not? There's also a boar he can take. Alright, I was wrong. He does remember his militia. Militia are called. They're coming to attack. And I think he should be able to push this back. Look at that military go to 32 because of the militia, by the way. Still have knights over here. They can actually raid this gold. I mean, these still have a good 35 seconds, so he's going to force this army all the way back, force his villagers back. And Leenock, I was going to say, Leenock needs to pull back with these archers. He does not want to take this fight. He even kills the ram, which is really nice, but he is going to lose all his archers, it looks like. Never mind. He's going to get most of them. Leenock does have infrastructure. He's getting veteran archers now. Military-wise, it's only half, and he still has 6 militia he can call at a given any moment's notice. Is raiding. Ooh, loses a knight, though. Ooh, there's a bunch of spears, so this is going to be shut down. Leenock is losing villagers. You know, he's lost 15 villagers here. And he is going to force this back. Oh, he actually saved that knight. Good by Leenock. I thought for sure he was going to lose that. Yes, naval units do count as part of military. Oh, shit, I forgot. I'm sorry. No, wait. No, I said next game. Not this game. Next game there'll be Gamba. Don't worry. This is still the same game. And Leenock has... I don't know if he's going to get this first relic or if it's going to die. I guess we're about to find out. Now Leenock's going to save it. Leenock's a Chad. Oh, I lied, guys. I told you it was going to die. And we see more raids coming on here. Leenock just needs to move to this wood line, I think. He's lost a lot of villagers over here. He's lost 18 villagers. And now that does count a few fishing ships. And a couple Keshiks. I feel like he just needs to move wood lines. Ram coming out now. Oh, here comes a big raid. No defense for this. Villagers going down for Cat here. He only has 160 gold in the bank. This is why I would have liked trading, by the way. The no trading is a Monka W. W stands for what? And here we go. A couple villagers go down. Still not as much as, you know, he still has the fishing eco. He's still in a very good spot. But he doesn't have that gold bonus. You know, he doesn't have the step readout, so he's not getting a ton of gold. Losing more villagers. Here comes the attack. And them being even military is an advantage for Leenock because this does count the military ships, as pointed out. So in reality, like 6 pop is not really part of this. And Leenock is... You know, this game started off rough for Leenock, and I thought maybe it was going to be a short one, but I think Leenock's taking it back. I think Cat's kind of falling apart a little bit. He's taking a lot of raids. He's not really utilizing Mongols to their best, I think. Because he doesn't have siege or anything either. He's not building siege. He doesn't even have advanced engineering. Not that he can afford it with gold anyway. So, you know, this game's it's starting to look a little rough. And here's the thing. In this matchup especially, the longer the game goes, the better it is for Rus. Rus has a very, very strong game. And Keshiks don't do very well in the Castle Age. And here's more militia, by the way. So this is looking kind of rough for Cat at the moment. More raids incoming. 4 relics about to be in Leenock's grasp. Leenock's just like, you know what? I'm going to attack right here. Kills more villagers. This has been cleaned up here. Leenock's still gathering here. Starting to mix in a farm transition. Still that boar that Leenock can take too. I think Leenock's at a 500 bounty, by the way, just making sure. Nope. Leenock's at a 470 bounty, which means once he kills 3 more deer or a boar, this is going to go up to like 200 gold per minute, I think. More villagers going down, more units going down. This is not a cost-effective trade for Cat. This is going very well for Leenock. Leenock is getting his +2 attack. Doesn't have his +1 ranged at all, though, I don't think. No, he does have +1 ranged. Wait. Yeah, okay. He doesn't have +1... No, he has +2 armor. We do see a raid here, trying to get a little bit of revenge. These Keshik are going to go down, though. Another raid by Leenock here. I mean, look at this. 30 workers killed. Military's favoring Leenock. And +2 is about to finish for Leenock as well, so he's going to have +2 ranged armor and ranged attack. Whereas Cat, he's only on +1 ranged armor and ranged attack. He doesn't have his +2 because he doesn't have the gold to get them. We do have sprinkled outposts here. And I think Leenock has definitely made his way back into this. I actually think he's ahead now. Not only is he ahead by 15 workers, he's got all 5 relics. He's taken the sacred sites. He's on big eco. He's got a military advantage. I think in every way, I think Leenock is in a really good spot. I think at this point, Leenock has gotten himself into a favorable position. And we'll see what Cat tries to do here. And here's kind of the downside to the current situation for Cat, right? Is it's not like he has anything else going for him. So he has this fishing eco, which is a huge advantage until it's not. Like right now, I don't think this fishing eco is giving him an advantage anymore. And he doesn't have anything helping him otherwise. He doesn't have a step readout for that extra gold. He doesn't have trade. He doesn't have a second TC. So he doesn't really have anything going for him anymore. That water eco lead, that's very important, has, you know, kind of dies off at this point in the game where it's not as big of a deal. When your opponent's on 2 TCs, grabs the relics, has a farm eco, and a mangonel, and all that stuff. I was saying Cat's behind. I think you misunderstood what I was saying. Alright, and you know, Cat's going to try to push this. Okay, I don't think Leenock needs to pull villagers here. I think this is a little overreaction. He's got the mangonel, and there's no way really for Cat to kill this mangonel at the moment, as long as Leenock keeps his military on top. Sacred Site is, well, I thought it was going to be decapped, but nope. Knights over here going to take care of the Keshiks. Keep going to be dropped down here in the center of the map. And this shouldn't be denied. 2 mangonels out on the field. And the Keshiks were taken care of. Look at Cat's food eco. 500 to the 2,000 of Leenock. Military-wise, they are still even for now, but I think that's going to severely change in just a moment. And in reality, if you look at the army value, Leenock has almost double the army value. Now we just see the army plummeting for Cat here. And I think his hopes of winning game number 1 are going with it. This keeps about to go up. That's only going to secure this location even more. Knights coming out to raid. You know, Leenock's been doing a very good job raiding. He's constantly had, you know, a group of knights just roaming around, getting villager kills, being annoying. He's even gonna make a wooden fortress here. I wouldn't hate for, you know, Leenock to just wall right here and just build a keep here as well. You know, just really be annoying about it. I don't think it matters, but. And we have +2 melee armor on the way. I think Cat's gonna need a miracle to come back in this one. At this point. I mean, just look at that. 165 supply to the 111. 20 more military, 20 more villagers. He has, you know, he has 3 Springalds, 2 Mangonels. Wonder if Leenock's playing to just win by Sacred Site and isn't even going to try to... Oh, wow. Leenock's cheating, clearly. I just said this and he does it. What's going on? Just kidding. Okay, no. Leenock is going to push now. those knights, you know, they've more than paid for themselves. And you gotta remember, some of this military, again, it is part of these ships. It's, you know, this war junk, this light junk. Those are, they're each 3 populations. So 9 of that military is actually on the water. So if you really think about it, it's 64 to 33 military, or 35 military. And we just see Leenock really pushing forward. I mean, we see 1 Springald in production, but Leenock has 3 behind it. That Springald's never... These Springalds are not going to kill anything, or at least they shouldn't. Villager commits suicide. Guess it was like, I am done serving Leenock, get me out of here, and it is dead. But that's alright, you know what? Some villagers can be that way. Oh, I didn't even realize. Leenock is just now getting Boyar's Fortitude. Kind of late, but it better late than never, as they say, right? And look at Leenock already on top of it. Snipes the first Springald. Second Springald gone. And I think... Nice mangonel hit. I mean, nothing's going right for Cat at this point, that's for sure. Leenock is ruthless. Doesn't show any mercy at all. Yeah, I think packing up the Siege Workshops would have been a good idea. It wouldn't have changed the outcome of the game, of this game, though. Like, this game's been over for a while. Look how Leenock can almost go Imperial Age. And GG is called. Leenock takes game number 1 in a pretty, you know, that was a rough game for Leenock. The beginning of that game was very rough. I actually thought the game might end within the first 10-15 minutes. But Leenock, you know, he did what you're supposed to do. He went for that second TC. Cat didn't go for trade behind that. He could have. Leenock couldn't have punished that trade for a long time. And then he went Kurultai. So he didn't have the step readout for that extra gold. So in general, it was multiple factors that really led to Leenock being able to take this game back. I mean, just look at that eco. You look at the first 10 minutes of this game and you would be like, man, that you would not have predicted this. Very well played by Leenock to come back in this game. I mean, he lost 3 villagers very early on as well. Like right here, he lost 1 villager, lost 2 more here, and he lost his fishing eco. If you look at the economy tab here, this is with the fishing eco. Look how, you know, Cat's been ahead the whole time, but Leenock was eventually able to take it back. All right. And we'll update the score here. And we're going to go straight into game number 2. We ain't messing around here, assuming they're in game number 2. All right, they're not in game number 2 yet. So while we wait for that, I did get a phone call I'm going to take care real quick. So while we wait for this next game to start, I will be back in 1 second. Sorry, guys. Why does my camera look like it's... oh, never mind. That's me. Okay. Have they started yet? They did. Okay, we're going into game number 2. Sorry for the wait there, guys. I know that's not what you want to do. Waiting is no bueno. But gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, let's get the caster mode on. Update the score. Leenock. Oh, I arrived back at the perfect time. So Leenock is up 1-0. We are playing on Lipany. Interesting. Um, okay. So we have game number 2, Lipany, Leenock versus Cat, and English versus Abbasid. Now Lipany is a very good Abbasid map, right? When you think of Lipany, you think of Abbasid and Delhi. Those are probably the 2 most played civs on that map, I would think. Maybe I'm wrong on that, by the way. But either way, this map has a lot of extra berries, a lot of extra way to grab, just look at it. 1 berries, 2 berries, 3 berries, 4, 5 on his side of the map. Now, one thing I do want to note that's interesting is, so I casted a couple matches yesterday and a couple matches today, and I feel like players are intentionally avoiding mirror matchups, which is what I would do. Because on this map, ideally, English is probably not the best, but Leenock knows Cat's going to pick Abbasid, or at least he's pretty sure. So he picks he picks English as kind of a counter pick. And I do think Abbasid does struggle against English a little bit in the feudal age. If Abbasid can make it to the castle age without taking too much damage, then I do think it's very good for Abbasid once he gets that castle age, if they can get there in a safe manner. But look at the resources for Cat. Forward berries, forward gold, forward second gold. Look at the gold. It's just a line right here. Forward deer. Everything is forward. The only safe-ish food location he can take is this deer right here, because he could take villagers. He could wall off. He could just wall off here, and then boom, he's got secure deer. To be fair, I don't think Leenock would be pushing this way anyway. He doesn't have a... He's going to be, he's going to be spearmen and archer or longbows, right? That's not a very mobile army, so it's probably not going to go down here anyway, so probably doesn't have to wall. But either way, this game could be rough for Cat. He's going to want to secure a food source, because it doesn't take long to run out of berries. Yeah, you're right. I forgot. Sorry. 1 second, guys. Alright. I'll give you guys 5 minutes. There you go. For the gambling addicts in chat. Alright, now here's the nice thing, though. So far it looks like Cat is going to get 10 sheep. And Leenock... So he's got 12 sheep, and Leenock... He's not doing so hot on the sheep count. He's only found 1. So 12 sheep... 10 here, 2... Sorry, he's got 13 sheep. 13 sheep for Cat, 2 for Leenock. He's got a few under here, of course. And the predictions are up for those who want to gamba on this game. Oh. I'm switching the scores right now. Didn't realize it was almost ahead of you there, but not quite. Okay. And we see more sheep. Like, this is definitely, as Leenock, he's not going to be very happy with this, right? He's not going to be happy that he hasn't found much sheep. He's going to be... Is there even much more sheep on the map is the question. I think Cat's pretty much... There's still sheep on this side. But... not very many. Interestingly enough, oh, actually, no, this is a normal. Eco Wing coming up here for Cat. And I say this is normal because the only way you would want to go military wing is if Leenock had opened up men-at-arms. If Leenock opens up men-at-arms, you age with the military wing, and then you go second TC. But since he's not doing that, you can just go second TC immediately, but he's going to need to start gathering this stone like really soon. Because Leenock's going to be able to push here in a moment. He's about to be aged up. He's going to be aged up here in the next 15 seconds, give or take. Leenock kind of rushed the age up a little bit too. There we go. He's actually at 4 minutes almost exactly. I think it was 4:01. He's aged up. He's got wheelbarrow on the way. He's got longbows being made. To be fair, that's all he can really afford is one longbow. He doesn't have a barracks. So one stable is going to be more than enough to take care of this aggression. Because if you look, you know, Leenock's wood count, he doesn't have enough for a barracks. So Leenock doesn't want to push here, actually. If he pushes with this, he's going to lose this to a horseman. But I'm assuming what Leenock might do is he might just act like he's going to go all the way and then pull back, maybe? Because there's no benefit to actually taking this all the way. You see Leenock kind of moving his wood over there. You know, Leenock only has 5 villagers on food at the moment. Definitely not too much. He's actually not making any more military, interestingly enough. And that first longbow is going to go down. Like, that's a dead longbow. There's nothing Leenock can do to save this longbow except for Cat to be nice and let it go. But he's not going to do that. Okay, we do have the barracks coming out now. Oh, man, what a juke. Oh, just dodges the longbow, or dodges the horseman and gets on out of there. This longbow has a story to tell. He's going to be like, yeah, the caster, he said that I was dead for sure, but I just juked him and I survived. Crazy longbow. Can't believe you survived. Alright, we have the scout over here just doing scout things. Nothing too unusual at the moment. Looks like Leenock's good with his gold now. He just wanted to get enough for broadaxe and wheelbarrow, and now he's going to go for a second TC. I don't like this. I think this is good for this is very good for Cat. If I was Cat and I saw that my opponent is not going to be aggressive and he's going second TC, so what he should do, immediately start gathering stone. That's exactly what he's going to do. He scouted this. He now knows, and you can safely go 2 or 3 town centers. He hasn't gone Fertile Crescent yet, though. He does want to get this. This gives you cheaper town centers. So instead of 350 for a town center, you end up paying 262 stone. And he's getting that now. Golden Age is a tiny bit late, I think, but not too bad. And so this is why I'm not the biggest fan of the 2 town center play. Right now, I think English is kind of in a state where 2 town centers isn't good versus most civilizations. It just kind of slows them down a lot, and like it takes a while for their eco to get kick in, and then it just kind of gives their opponents time to go castle age, go their own town centers, safely boom. And English is strong late, but they don't exactly have the strongest castle age, right? When English goes castle age, you don't go, oh man, English is castle age, I'm screwed, because they don't really get a power spike in castle age. They still have a while to go to get that kind of stuff done. This one longbow is being annoying, but these horsemen will come back and they will take care of it. And it looks like Cat is going to go for that 3rd town center. Just needs 100 more stone. Less, actually. Isn't going to lose a villager. And second TC is now coming down for Leenock. Now, Leenock looks like he is planning on doing feudal age aggression still. So he's going to go 2 TC and do aggro. I mean, I think that's better than going straight castle for sure. I'm not sure how much this will do, but we'll find out here momentarily. I mean, the one thing you have to remember, right, is Cat's stuff is all forward. I mean, yeah, town center there. I do like this. It does kind of secure his gold. It secures these berries and obviously these deer and kind of half of these berries at least. Second TC is done for both players. We do have the cheaper vills. And, ooh, scout goes down. Very annoying to have your scout go down, by the way. I hope he remakes it, and the reason why he wants to remake that scout so he can keep track of this army. Because right now, if you look at his vision, he has no vision of where the army is, right? With the scout, he would know exactly where it's at. Yes, Abbasid does need the mill and the berries for the buff. This town center should go up, but he might lose a villager or two for it. He needs to power build this. He can't just run. He's got to. And there we go. Does get a shot off. Doesn't kill anything, but does get a shot off, so that's nice. Archery range is coming out. And have a little bit of a farm transition coming in for Leenock as well. Very standard English stuff, right? English always goes farms early, so this isn't unusual. But this will slow down his aggression, right? When you make early farms like this, it does slow down. It looks to me like Leenock actually might be thinking of going Castle Age here. I don't think he's going to like super commit to this. He stopped making units. He is getting his Men-at-Arm upgrade. But it looks to me like he's not actually going to commit to this too hard. And on the cat side, he is making units. He did remake his scout, so now he knows where the army is. And he'll notice that this army hasn't grown. It's still the same size it was when it was first over here at his side of the map. He's going to scout the 5 on gold, so this is good information, right? You scout this, you go, okay, he's likely, this looks like a Castle Age kind of timing, although that might not be the case. He is getting his blacksmith techs. He is throwing down a second barracks, but to me, this at first could indicate some sort of Castle Age. But then we do see more longbows coming out, so I don't think Leenock is actually going to do that like I originally thought. I think if I were Cat, because here's the thing, when you do 2 town centers and do aggression as English, it takes a while, it slows down the attack, right? Like the amount of time, for you to get a sizable amount of units to be a threat takes a while. I would not hate it if Cat just straight up saved for Castle Age right now. I think that would be the best decision for him, because if he plays a late Feudal Age, he's going to struggle to deal with the English Men-at-Arms. Longbows, Men-at-Arms, very difficult to deal with in Feudal Age. For Abbasid, because they don't have a good counter to them. They don't have any unit that does a lot of damage to them, and so when they when there's like 10 to 12 Men-at-Arms, they tank a lot of fire, arrow fire, and obviously they kill horsemen too. Camel archers could deal with them, but longbows destroy camel archers, so that's the problem with going camel archers. And we do see units starting to stream across here, so Leenock is going to go for this aggression. He's just gathering with 5 villagers here to get these blacksmith techs. Siege war engineering is on the way, and military wing is also on the way for Cat. So I love the way he did this. I think Leenock going Castle, or I think Cat going Castle Age is the best way forward. Now he's just got to make units, and he might have to sacrifice this town center. He may not be able to keep this alive. And I do not think it's the end of the world. As long as Cat doesn't lose a lot of villagers, losing a town center but getting to castle safely is worth it. We'll see. But if he can keep this town center alive, not take a lot of damage, and get to Castle Age, obviously that's better. He just has to hold for 1 more minute, then he can start pumping out knights, crossbows. I mean, the military lead is double in favor of Leenock, but again, it's mostly infantry, right? And town center fire does more than fine against this. But these rams will come down, and by the time this ram is done, there's only going to be 30 seconds left till they age up. And then, composite bows. I don't know if Cat's going to be able to get enough gold for it, but if he can get to composite bows, he's going to be feeling real good. 3 barracks, by the way. Leenock is really pumping them. I don't know why I'm saying pumping today. If it annoys you guys, I'm sorry. But he's really sending out these Men-at-Arms. Still doing longbows. Almost out of deer. But the other problem is, if you look at the gold, yeah, this is the only gold for Cat. So if he does lose this, this 600 gold is all he's going to have. Doing good, Royal Pleco. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm not sure what Cat's doing here, but he just lost a bunch of villagers. Castle Age is complete. He has 2 camel riders, which aren't really going to do much. And I think he's just going to give up the town center, which I think is the right choice. Because I don't think this town center is that important. He did lose 5 villagers, but he still has a 5 villager lead, so it's okay. What he needs to do now is he's getting veteran archers, he's getting knights, and that's what he needs, right? There's no counter to knights. Men-at-arms, early men-at-arms, definitely do not counter knights. So, you know, knights are going to start coming out, and then he should be able to just easily clean this up. We do see, okay, we do see 7 spears just spawned out of nowhere, swear to God. My lord, Leenock just knew this was happening, I guess. So this is, okay, this is getting a little bit rough. Cat has no more gold. And we just have 3 men-at-arms chilling because they don't want to fight. They're pacifists. More longbows, more spearmen, and this is the pressure here now for Cat, right? He doesn't have composite bows. He decided to get veteran archers first. And he doesn't have a way to get gold. Now, theoretically, he could take this gold. That's like the only way to get gold is if he sneaks here. Looks like he got a market. Maybe he's going to try to make a mangonel. I think a mangonel would actually be a great decision. He just has to get the wood. He spent his wood on something, but I'm not sure what he spent it on. But Cat does not have the... Oh, Cat decided to go for the +2 ranged armor instead of getting a mangonel. I think going for a mangonel might be better here, but I'm not sure. Now, behind this, we do see Leenock going Castle Age. He has walled as well. Remember the days when Leenock didn't wall? But in the end, it doesn't matter. He's actually going to hold this off. He's going to force this pushback. He's going to resecure his gold. And so Cat has secured his position. He's still ahead by 5 workers. He's got the tech advantage in every way. So, you know, now things, you know, all in all, I think Cat did that very well. And I think he's definitely ahead at this point. I think he's going to be feeling good about his position. You know, holding that off is nice. And what he should probably do is gather some stone and get and just remake his 3rd town center. I don't think going trade right now would be worth the investment. But we do have Castle Age for Leenock now, so you know he's still in a good, you know, he's not in a bad spot, right? He's still doing good. He's getting his veteran techs. Like, this game is not over. Let's just say that. I do favor Cat's position, but I definitely don't like go, oh my god, I think Leenock's dead, or Leenock's so far behind he needs a miracle to win. This game can go either way still. Look at these men-at-arms being super annoying. Leenock, okay, Leenock did lose 5 villagers, which kind of offsets the 5 villagers he killed earlier. Annoying longbow. You know, Leenock's doing a really great job being annoying with these units, by the way. Just sending small amounts of units to be very, very annoying. Knights will take care of them, though. Now, we will note that Leenock is... Okay, they're both going to be going for relics. Good, good. I was going to say, you know, Cat should be trying to get the relics. Doesn't want Leenock to get them. Military-wise, it is pretty heavily favored for Cat right now, though, right? Economically, Cat's almost ahead by 10 villagers. It's 7 villagers, but, you know, it's close to 10 if you think about it. But the food eco for Leenock is a lot better. He's at 1,400 per minute to 1,000. I mean, I say a lot, but it's not that much, I guess. But there's no farms yet for Cat. He does still have access to berries. He has these haunts. He has these berries, so he's still fine. We got 3 sets of farms for Leenock. And Cat's going to try to push, but I don't think it'll do anything. Men-at-Arm being annoying, but shouldn't get a kill. Okay, Men-at-Arm executed by villagers. He got shivved by a lot of them. And so far, okay, no, we do see the first relic about to be taken by Cat. Leenock already has one in his grasp. Now, this engagement, I think, is good for Leenock, right? He's got network of castles. There's only archers and a few knights, not very many knights here. So this is a very good engagement for Leenock. He's going to be very happy with this. I think Cat needs to pull back. He needs to get siege. He needs to get mangonels in his army. And he probably needs to start adding in crossbows. Composite bows has been completed for him, by the way, so these archers are shooting 33% faster. We are seeing walls coming up for Cat now as well. I thought these were markets. I was going to be like, man, Leenock going full Chad mode, going to start trading. Leenock couldn't afford to go instant mango into Castle Age, so usually English you won't see that. Look, so Leenock shift-clicked this relic before it was taken by a cat, and shifted here, and so that's why this monk took the relic out, because of that. But I am surprised that cat hasn't made a single mangonel yet. I think that's a little bit of a mistake. You should always have mangonels versus English. It's actually allowing Leenock to push. Well, Leenock, you know, he's starting to pump out the units. They're both about even on the food eco. Gold-wise, they're pretty equal. Villager-wise, they're actually dead equal now because that 3 town center's kicking in for Leenock. I really do think he should, Cat should have remade his town center, but I don't think it's the end of the world either. He's still got 100 villagers. This game's going to be decided by pretty much how they play. And right now, Leenock is playing pretty damn well. He's constantly raiding. You know, this is 16 men-at-arms about to go raiding. Very annoying to deal with. Here's 7 knights to go raid themselves. And another group of 15 longbows. So, like, Leenock's kind of throwing away units here, but he is going to get some damage done. I do like this keep from Cat. This Cat is going to secure the gold mines, or another gold mine. And these longbows just going to kind of sneak around and get some kills. 7 knights versus 16 English men-at-arms. I don't know what wins. I think the English men-at-arms win here. Then again, there's only 9, so maybe not. There was 16 here, right? Or am I crazy? Relic going to be denied. Keep coming down now for Leenock to secure these 2 golds. Leenock trying to build the ram here, but that's going to be denied. He's going to lose all his units. I liked the men-at-arm raid. I didn't really like the longbows one as much. Oh, look at that, pulling a beastie cutie there. And, you know, Leenock has killed 10 villagers, so that's nice. But Cat has a significant military lead at the, or, you know, a 20 military lead. It just kind of depends. You know, right now, I think Cat's sitting pretty. You know, he is going to want to deal... Oh, finally, the first mangonel comes out. He's going to want to deal with this keep, and I do not like this ram for it. He did scout the keep, right? I don't know if he did or not. I think he did. I don't like the ram, and I'm going to explain why I do not like the Castle Age ram. It's very difficult to push a keep with rams in Castle Age because they don't do a lot of damage. And a lot of your opponents, especially English, they're going to have men-at-arms, longbows, and stuff. And so the rams usually will die before they can do anything, whereas trebuchets don't. In Imperial Age, that's a different story, right? Here we go. Some villagers going down. You know, almost evening out that Vil kill. Leenock's going to need to pull his army back, I think. Although Leenock's just attacking from 2 different angles. Look at this monk here. He's shitting himself, but he's going to survive. Leenock is going to deny this keep. Very nice. Going to get away with that, potentially. I think he should burn this down with his men-at-arms. You know, this keep... just really make him lose that value. And this attack over here is going to be very annoying, right? So Cat is forced to deal with multiple pronged assaults. The major attack being here. But some villagers going down. Villagers still being idle there. Still hasn't got the network of citadels yet. But Cat should be able to clean this up over here. We do see a couple spearmen coming over, but this hunts are done. And this keep will go up. I think this could have been denied, but oh well. Still idle. There we go. And now Cat is maxed. Leenock not far behind him. Keep is up, ready to rumble, and the ram has been taken care of. And I have no idea where this ram came from, but it came. Oh, I didn't even notice Leenock was advancing. But he went with the Wingard Palace. He did not go with the Berkshire. Very unmeta-like, but again, wouldn't be not too surprised about that. To be fair, I actually don't think the Wingard is bad. Like, don't get me wrong, I think the Berkshire is obviously really good, but I think the Wingard is kind of slept on a little bit. Like, Wingard Rangers are actually really good, by the way. Like, they're very strong, and then, you know, getting the cheap, you know, Trebuchet is also nice too. How much are the Rangers, actually? 250 gold, 450 wood? That's not that bad. I mean, definitely you need gold access, but... So, Leenock right now is in the Imperial Age, and look at this. He's already banking resources, and Cat only has 586 food per minute because he hasn't even... He's just now getting his farm transition going. I didn't even realize that. So economically, Leenock is actually pretty far ahead for now. Another raid over here, being very annoying. How much for the trap? It's 100, 100, 200 gold. 100 food, 100 wood, 200 gold. Do have a little spearman raid here. Not going to do too much, though. More villagers going down. And we just see more units streaming across for Leenock here. I mean, look at that. Leenock has enough food to go Imperial Age again. Are these Imperial Age rams? Where's his siege workshop? He has not got lightweight beams yet, so lightweight beams is still not researched. He definitely wants to get that ASAP. Imperial Age horsemen on the way. I mean, right now, Leenock is in a very good position. I definitely favor his position because he's got Imperial Age. He's starting to float those resources. He's getting the free gold with the farms. Starting to mass the horsemen, so we're going to see a lot of horseman raids. He's even got the stone walls coming up. Leenock is not messing around today. And it looks like Imperial Age should be researching here shortly for Cap. But man, that food per minute is really hurting him. Only 1,000 food per minute at 27 minutes into the game is not good. Imperial Men-at-Arms. Oh, these villagers going down over here, though. Like, he's pumping out, he's really making rams, but he doesn't have that. He needs to get that lightweight beams. This keep could potentially go down here. Okay, Leenock just being very annoying, just raiding everywhere. Imperial Age trade wing started, by the way, so Cat is going to go into trade from here. This keep is going to go down. That trebuchet is also going to go down. But I don't think Leenock cares too much. Not for now, anyway. This has now been taken care of. Look at the villagers killed. Leenock has killed 39 villagers to the 25 of Cat. And here comes the elite horseman. And he's about to have, you know, +3. He's getting an arrow volley for his longbows. Rams being taken care of. Little raid here, but that'll be taken care of. Thank you, Andy, for the tier 1. Sad you can't say, but greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you have fun doing whatever you got to do today. All right, Rams coming in. We still do not have lightweight beams. Oh, no, yes, we do. Yes, we do. It's about to be researched. Ooh, poggers. He's getting all his university techs. Like, Leenock is... Like, think about this, right? Cat's going to hit Imperial Age, and Leenock's going to have all his Imperial techs already. Military's dropping. Not much of... No bank. Cat has a lot of gold, but no food. And who cares about all the food? You can have... Or all the gold. You can have 5,000 gold, but if you don't have food, it doesn't matter. By the way, does Network of Castles affect trebuchets and rams? I think they do, right? Oh, look at that. And you just look at the military graph. 16 for Cat, 59 for Leenock. 4 rams just chilling. Lightweight beams is about to finish, which for those who don't know what that does, that gives you a plus 40% attack speed and reduces the build time. More villagers going down. I think we can safely say that this is definitely going to be... look, a Cat's at 100 food to the 200. I mean, there's no way. Cat has to call GG right now, right? I don't see how he can survive this attack. I mean, Leenock has over 20 times the military. Or almost 20 times the military that Cat has. Farms over here. We have veteran horsemen on the way for Cat. I'm sure that'll be enough. We do have traders, you know, trying to get some trade done, but the problem is he doesn't have secure access to his trade. Because trade goes this way, right? And what is in the path here? Oh, it's Leenock's army. Yeah, there's no trade to be done here. "62 villagers killed this game so far from Leenock. You know, little raid down here. Raids up here. Units up here. Leenock is... He's sitting pretty. He might even have his feet kicked up. Maybe drinking a little bit of water. You know, just enjoying his victory. Of course, we're going to kill villagers. Traders dying. Camels dying. It's just a massacre. As a very good player likes to say, it's a destruction. You just hear the villagers screaming in agony, begging their leader to surrender. Leenock, even though he knows the game is won, he is still playing optimally. He's even stealing the relics. He knows the game's over, but he's like, you know what? We're not going to take it easy. We're going to grab the relics. We're going to keep A moving. We're going to keep our things going. Just playing on form. Like, Leenock is playing very well today. Elite Spearman even on... Like, Leenock is just getting every upgrade possible. Traders are only doing 58 gold from that distance. That's actually worse than I thought. Main TC landmark about to go down. Taking another relic. Just no mercy. Leenock is not merciful today. Units streaming across. I mean, I don't have much else to say about this game. It's just Cat, you know, dragging in a game that's over. I'm not a caster who tries to fake hype things. I say it as it is, and that's how I see it. I'm not sure. I guess Cat, maybe he's just wanting to try to tire Leenock out, maybe? I'm not really sure what his why he's not, why he's dragging it out, but, whatever. He's even trying to wall here. That's kind of funny. Even if Leenock crashed this game, like, let's pretend that Leenock crashes, I'm pretty sure the admins would give Leenock the win. Actually, I would actually think it disrespectful of Cat to not give the win to Leenock if Leenock were to crash. Because this game it's not even close. There's no coming back from here. Players have the right to fight on as long as they want. I don't think it's disrespectful to not surrender. It's a tournament game. Maybe there's some way you can get lucky. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not going to happen in this game, but players not GGing is a little different. Now, yeah. Alright, GG is called. Game number 2 goes over to Leenock. And you just look at the eco tab, right? 22 food, like look at, he's ahead in every way. 22 extra food, 22,000 extra food, 7,000 wood, almost 10, 8,000 gold. Just super ahead pretty much almost the entire game, it felt like. There was like a little window where I think Cat was ahead, but then Leenock just absolutely said no. All right, are they into game number 5? Not yet. Okay. Oh, I guess I can show my my little mug of a face while we wait for the last game. All right, well, I say the last game, but never know. Sorry, just dealing with some stuff real quick. I know, professional streamer here. Game 5? No, yeah. We're going into game number 3. Once they start. They are in the lobby, so they should be starting here shortly. Any upsets? I don't think there's been any upsets yet. At least not that I can think of. And we're just kind of waiting here. Game number 3 should be soon. Looks like Puppy took game number 1 against Core. Alright, looks like they are going into game number 3. Should be able to observe here soon. Yo, what's up, Stolen Turnip? Blade, can you update the bracket? I could. I guess we can do that while we wait. Looks like we can also get into this game. China Mirror. Okay. Brackets updated. All right, we have 4 minutes until we can join the fun, so we'll just wait here patiently. I'll talk to chat a little bit. Well, we sees Puppy and Wham. Not in today's cast. I will not be casting Puppy or Wham today. I was going to, but they started too late. Also, this is my last series I'm casting today. So China Mirror. So for those, maybe some of you may not know this, but when Leenock first got into AoE 4, he only played China for the longest time. He was a China main. So, you know, and once he actually got good at the game, he was still a mainly China player for such a long time that I definitely favor him in this matchup, just because he has China is easily his most played civilization. It actually took Leenock a long time to stop playing only China on ladder and stuff, and to start really practicing with other civs too. It was kind of funny. He still had good results despite that, but you could definitely tell it hurt him for a while because he didn't practice the other civs as much as China. Oh, this is on Holy Island. This is our first Holy Island that we'll be casting today. Well, actually, in this whole tournament. I might have to swap the score here. We'll find out. Why aren't I casting Puppy? They started too late. They started very late today. So that's why I didn't cast that series. I was originally planning on it, but I do have stuff I want to get done today, and they were going a little too late, unfortunately. If they had started it at, like, you know, earlier on, I would have done it for sure. I mean, to be fair, it's I mean, Puppy's a very, very top tier player, right? So it's no surprise that, I mean, like, Puppy's top 5. I don't think anyone can really deny that. Or, I mean, I'm sure there's people who will, but I think Puppy is clearly shown to be a top 5 player for quite a while. He's just very, very good at the game. So I'm not surprised he's probably going to beat. I wouldn't be surprised if he beat Core 3-0, right? I mean, Puppy's just that good. I mean, Wham's the same way. Wham's, like, really good. And usually when he's, you know, when they play players like me, Core, and all that, they're usually going to win 3-0. Hey, what's up, Baytune? People were surprised Corvinus lost to Puppy. Were they really? Corvinus is a good player, but he's not top 8 in my opinion. I don't even know if he's top 16. I mean, playing against someone like that's very Oh, I gotta change the cast. Sorry. Now you can see the cast. I have to switch the score now too. Damn score, always changing locations for me. Okay, so we have the series 2-0 favoring Leenock at the moment. This is going to be a China Mirror on Holy Island. Definitely a map I'm not the biggest fan of personally, but it can provide some entertaining games. But yeah, kind of like when it comes to skill difference, the difference between top 8 and like even the rest is pretty big. I think people severely underestimate how big of a skill gap there is between top 8 and anyone above top 16. It's just, that's how big the skill gap is. At least right now. Anyway, enough talking about that. Cat tried to, like, tried to kill that and then decided not to. All right, sorry, just had to respond to something there. So, you know, we have very typical... This is going to be very standard, right? They're both going to go water. I'm sure this is going to surprise everybody. The difference is Leenock kind of got screwed, or yeah, Leenock kind of got screwed a little bit. His deep sea fish are so far away. Whereas if you look at Cat's, his are much closer. Like if you look here, so we're going to put the, you know, I'm trying to do this like carefully. Fine. Halfway there, up here, dock barely in view at the corner, two deep sea fish. Same kind of spot. We'll even go up a little higher. I mean, look at this. Even lower, it's 3 right here. So Leenock kind of got screwed a little bit. Like, even if, like, he could have built it here, but how's he going to know, right? He doesn't have, his scout isn't going to have vision of it. At least I don't think his scout would have vision that far. It's definitely a little unfortunate map spawn for Leenock here. I don't think anyone can really deny that. But that's how the game goes sometimes. That is the one downside to RNG maps, but again, that's what we love about Age of Empires RNG maps. We don't want the same thing over and over again. But anyway, so here we go. Very standard openings. There's really not going to be too much to talk about here, right? I imagine they're both going to play very similarly, except Leenock actually went for 2 houses instead of making a village. Five fishing ships. Now here's the difference. You know, surprisingly, okay, I'm a little surprised at this. Leenock is actually ahead by 100 food per minute despite not going deep sea. Now, to be fair, these haven't dropped off yet, so maybe that's why. Because I think I don't think shoreline should be quicker. But I think we just, yeah, okay, there we go. It just takes a minute because they haven't, it's because they hadn't dropped off yet. We can see it went up to 400 for a second there. How many villages does Cat have? 5 on food? None. Leenock has 0 on his sheep. So that's a little interesting. Now, I wonder, you know what's funny is I wonder if Leenock, you know, maybe he's tested this and realizes it's actually better to go shoreline first, you know, next to your dock than to go straight for deep sea. And we do have a second dock as well. I forgot to mention that. Both going up with the Imperial Academy. No surprise there. Although Cat did age up a bit quicker. And I do think it's because of that deep sea fish. I do think the deep sea still provides better income, even though it's a little bit further. But not sure. Maybe, like I said, maybe Leenock's done some testing and it's not. But we do see 10 fishing ships to 10 fishing ships. And yeah, that could definitely be it too. Maybe it just wasn't optimal because, like I said, he did get kind of screwed by the deep sea fish. It's a lot further for him than it is for Cat. Okay, we have them both aged up. You know, Leenock's a little bit later on the age up, but it's not a big deal, right? Actually, Cat didn't even make a military ship yet. He's still making fishing ships. Leenock, on the other hand, is creating the first military ship, and he's getting double broadaxe. Cat is not getting any eco techs at the moment. First warship or junk ship coming out for Cat as well. $15 sheep. Wait, where'd all the sheep go? Oh, right here. Leenock is a little capped here. Okay, Broadaxe, double Broadaxe coming in for Cat, but Wheelbarrow also coming in for Leenock. So Leenock's getting a little bit of his techs a little bit quicker. And I like this by Leenock. He's scouting to see how it's looking. He sees the military ship, all the boats. On the other hand, Cat hasn't really been doing that. And, you know, Leenock is, if you look at the food difference now, 520 to the 314. Leenock is only at 10 ships, though. And, you know, Cat only has 2 extra, but he has almost double the food income now. And that's solely because he's on deep sea fishing. Did Cat get this upgrade? He did not get that upgrade yet. So I think we can definitely say that deep sea is better. Now, obviously, again, Leenox is a little bit further, but still. I mean, you can just see that food income is it's a decent difference. Question is, but the thing, oh, I thought Cat was only on 1 dock, and I was like, Third dock coming down for both players, almost at the same time. They're even military, but Cat has a few extra fish, and Cat has Song Dynasty on the way. Leenock does not. So this is going to add up, by the way. If Leenock doesn't get his deep sea, if Leenock doesn't get his Barbican of the Sun soon, he's going to start falling behind by villagers as well. And that would not be good. Okay, so Barbican coming down for Leenock now. Leenock finally on the, he's getting his fishing eco upgrade, and he is officially on the deep sea fish finally. Now, Cat does not have this upgrade, and Cat does not, oh no, Cat does have Wheelbarrow, okay. Although Leenock actually got his mining tech upgrade as well. No, they both have 3 docks. Leenock made his at almost the same time as Cat. And at this point, we're just kind of seeing where they go. Blacksmith coming out. Now, Blacksmith techs do affect warships, by the way. So that is important to note. If he gets those and Cat does not, in an even fight, assuming equal micro, Leenock should win because of the upgrades. See more military ships coming out. Neither player looking for castle just yet. We do have a 4th dock being made here. And I do kind of like this, right? Because that way these eight fishing ships will now go here to drop off their deep sea instead of all the way back here. So it gives him a little bit more efficient food production. So I think it's a very smart move on his part. And generally you do start floating wood. So definitely a good move. Have a little bit of walls coming up now. This is just to prevent any run bys. And, you know, they're both still just pumping, you know, they're not really doing too much. I mean, honestly, if Leenock doesn't attack soon, I think I'm going to think he's going to go Castle Age at this rate. They haven't tried pushing each other at all. Now, to be fair, this is a mirror matchup, right? Very hard to push on water, especially in a mirror, because you both have the same production, you both have the same eco, or at least you should, and you both have the same units. And so you have to think of travel time. Cat could theoretically have a military advantage, but by the time he gets here, Leenock will have the military advantage because of defender's advantage. We do see a villager being moved here, and we do see another dock, and we do see a little bit of a fight here. You know, Leenock has the better army, and he has upgrades. And he does have a couple demos. Scout fight there. But look at that. Leenock had the advantage early, and now the military is a little... Well, now it's favoring Leenock. But again, those are all the way back here. But he does have upgrades. But I still think Cat's going to be able to... Ooh, that's a big demo hit. Took out 3 of those. That was huge. But he's still going to be able to pull him off. Leenock is forced back. And, you know, Leenock could just go castle here. I don't know if that would be a good idea or not, but I'm just saying he could. Cat going to make a 6th dock, I think? Or that villager wants to swim. Unfortunately, villagers can't swim. 6th dock on the way. That'll be denied, though. Man, it's so crazy how fast Chinese villagers builds docks. Well, damn, I can't believe that villager lived. Here we go. Another engagement about to be on the way. Now, I don't think Leenock got any other upgrades. No, he has not. He has 5 demos, though. If he can get some good hits here, that would be huge. Actually, I just realized, is he going only junks? That's like old style. Like when the new water first came out, everyone only went junk ships and didn't ever go, you know, junk ship demos. Oh, man, demo's getting some good hits. Oh, man. But look at that. Cat still has the military lead by 11. As far as I know, that's it. It's by ships. Yep. Leenock is forced back. Leenock might go castle here, though. God, China. Look how fast that builds. Leenock is definitely not in a great position, but he is going to be going castle age. He's also already... He's got barracks down. Yeah. Oh, he went 2 town centers behind this. China on water. Perfect blade-hate relationship. So, Leenock is... This is going to force Cat into action. Okay, Castle Age upgrades coming in for Leenock here. Cat needs to push. But Cat's not pushing. I think this is a little mistake. I don't think Cat realizes his advantage on the water right now. And I don't think he knows about this 2 TCs. Let's see, does he know about it? He does not. He does not know that Leenock is on 2 town centers right now. And he's now pushing. He still has a big military lead, so it probably doesn't matter that he waited. But this could be huge if he waits too long. Castle Age text did go in for Leenock. Wall's coming down for Cat now. And we do see these are doing 35 damage. I thought these do more with the upgrade. I don't know. I don't know how the upgrades work on water. Oh, Leenock got the defensive arrow slits on this. Naval arrow slits. But look at this. Palace guards in on the, you know, doing some raiding. Looks like Cat was aware of this, has crossbows. So should be able to deal with it. And Leenock is going to protect his water. Because he has Castle Age techs, and Cat does not. Or Cat does have one of them. But Leenock has the health one too. So, you know, Leenock only has, you know, he doesn't have as many fishing ships as Cat. Cat has 19 fishing ships compared to the, I think it's 12. 12 of Leenock. So he has 7 more fishing ships, but Leenock has that second TC. He's 2 TC pumping. So Leenock is actually not in a bad spot. I actually favor his position now because if Cat, you know, if Cat was able to win water here, I think Cat is still in a better position. But since he's not gonna, I don't think he's gonna be able to break Leenock's water anymore. And if that's the case, that means Leenock is gonna have that 2 TC, so villager lead, and just a an eco lead in general. I think Cat just waited a little too long there. He's getting the armored hold now, so he needs to pull back. He can't take an engagement until that's done. But I don't think Leenock is going to lose this water. He's also taking relics behind this, already about to have 2. I mean, I just have to say, Leenock, you know, we haven't seen Leenock in this game. We haven't seen Leenock play AoE 4 in a while. I know he's been playing on a Smurf on ladder, but I haven't, like, seen him play at all, and he's playing very, very well. Like, he's making very good decisions. He's very on top of his game, very on top of grabbing relics. He's definitely, you can tell he's in pretty good form right now. We have a couple palace guards here just, you know, trying to be annoying, which is succeeding. Leenock is going to get at least 3 relics. In theory, Cat should be able to get 2, maybe. We have 12 ships to 13. Now this fight should, in theory, go... I mean, in theory, I thought it was gonna. I think it should go Cat's way, right? But I suppose we'll find out. I mean, 72 to 30. Like, where's all the military for Cat? Is it all? Oh, crossbows. Duh. He actually has a good amount of crossbows. He has like 20 crossbows. 19 to be specific. Leenock doing a horseman transition here, so he's just going to counter the crossbows with those. And they're still going to battle over water. You know, start walling. But Leenock's got passive relic income at the moment. Oh, here we go. 7 demos. Only 4 junks here, so with good micro, Leenock could get some really good demo shots. Leenock's making horsemen right now. He is making land. And he's making a keep as well. I'm surprised Leenock... Oh, there we go. Leenock's going for the relic. I was not surprised there. And Leenock's just kind of chilling at the moment. You know, he should get this incendiaries. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten this. It gives a 20% explosion range. All right, Cat stealing that relic. That's going to feel good for him. So actually, Cat, in theory, should be able to get 3 relics as well, so they should be tied. I think Leenock was a little too slow to grab this relic. I think Leenock could have had 4, but, you know, it's 3 to 3. Leenock's had is longer. If you actually look at the eco economies, they're pretty equal, except Leenock has a lot more gold. Cat has a lot more food. Who will win the fight? You know, takes the sacred site, though, like a Chad. Demo ships pretty much countered. Still gets a decent shot off. I think Leenock's winning the water, though. Oh, yeah, he's definitely winning the water. You know, it's 16 ships to 10. So Cat might be losing the water here. And this keep right here, just decimating the crossbows. And where are these? And look at the horsemen. Plenty of horsemen. Cat does not have anything but crossbows. He doesn't have even a barracks yet. So, in a direct engagement right now, Leenock is going to absolutely destroy Cat if he gets his crossbows out of position. And Leenock, you know, really starting to push here. Still at 14 to the, you know, 10, so he still has a lead. But there's nothing to deal with the demos now, so the demo ships might start doing some significant damage to his army, and he is going to be forced back. More demos, and Leenock doesn't have a way to fight this. He has to retreat. Look at this, though. Cat almost has enough resources for Imperial. Leenock, I think, needs to start taking some villagers and transition to grain. There we go. I swear to God, he's listening to me. Even though he's in the future. No, I'm just making sure there's no granary transition yet for Cat. He doesn't actually have the wood for it. He's actually pretty far behind on wood compared to, like, Leenock. Leenock has a good bank of wood. Demo's getting some good shots off. Lots of it. Oh, a little bit of missed micro. Ooh, Cat not realizing that he still had 2 demos. He could have gotten more of these, I think. I think he could have killed like 5, but unfortunately didn't realize it till it was too late. Demo upgrade done for Cat, and I don't think Leenock's even going to get that upgrade. Yeah, I'm planning on watching that ready to go after this series. Look at this. He's going to go Imperial. Cat's going Imperial here. Will Leenock know? Oh, Leenock should scout this, actually. Is this a mistake, though? Is this a mistake? Because Leenock is now going to have those extra resources to take that out. Leenock hasn't noticed. He's too focused on the water. Oh, just look at the... Oh, man, that demo hit. Okay, he realizes it's happening, but too late. The horsemen are going to get there too late. This is going to go up, no doubt in my little brain. And now it just kind of goes down to... Leenock can also go Imperial now. Grey Wall Gatehouse does finish. Let the fireworks rain. All those horsemen. Look at all those horsemen that just absolutely got demolished. Ooh, Leenock's not looking like he's... Well, okay, I say he's not in the best position, but look at the food eco of Cat. Look at Leenock's. Leenock is actually already has... I don't know how many farms that is. That's a lot of farms. And Cat's just now starting his. And Leenock went up with the Spirit Way, by the way. He did not go up with the Great Wall Gatehouse. He doesn't care. I mean, Leenock's eco is just better. Like, look at that. He's already floating 1,200 food. Look at Cat. He's at 450 food per minute. Springold ships gain an additional cannon which fires in 360 degrees. Spin to win is back, baby. You ever wanted to see spin to win micro? It comes back with this upgrade. It does not work with this upgrade, but it says it can fire in 360 degrees. Surely it allows spin to win to come back. Okay, Cat is, you know, he's at 16 farms. Leenock has, how many farms do we think Leenock has at the moment? Trying to select only the workers. So he's got about 30-ish farms, maybe a little more. So probably about, actually, once these finish, he's going to have about 40 farms. Elite Palace Guard. So Palace Guard spam's about to happen here. You just want water trade? The problem is they need to secure water to water trade. So warships get a nest of bees attack. Interesting. Didn't know that was a thing. So I will state this. Cat is getting more of the naval upgrades than Leenock. So in theory, I think Cat can win the naval battle now. Maybe. Bow Chad's doing their work. The battle for the final water. The thing is, Like, the only reason to take water control at this point now is to secure trade. That's it. Look at that. Cat with all his his military upgrades in the water. Like, if you look at the dock, look how many upgrades Leenock doesn't have. Look at Cat. He got them all. Except the incendiary one. So his ships are stronger. They're faster. Or I don't know about faster, but they're stronger. Look, his war junk has 648 health to the 540 of Leenock. It's an extra 100 HP. And the Nest of Bees upgrade is done. At this point, I think Leenock needs to give up on water. Trebuchet's out. I think Leenock should just give up on water. He already has his farm transition done. He's got a ton of farms. I mean, look how many farms he has. He's got 47 farms. I say at this point, the water doesn't matter as much. Yes, there's going to be that trade, so that could be a problem. But I think Leenock needs to cancel these Bao Chads. Bao Chan, I know that's what they're called, and he just needs to focus on ground and push that. Because if you look at Cat's infrastructure, he only has 2 barracks. He is not prepared for a ground warfare right now. He doesn't have the infrastructure to do ground warfare. Where if you look at Leenock, he's pumping. He's got a ton of elite palace guards. He's got the trebuchets. Like right now, if Leenock just gave up on water, I think he can just win by attacking. And look at the mill and look at the blacksmith upgrades far ahead. Look at the eco. Leenock is far ahead. There is no reason for Leenock to care about water anymore. Even if Cat starts trading, which it looks like he's going to, it's going to take a while for that to pay off. And by the time it does, Leenock can probably just push and kill his opponent. Because again, look, finally getting these barracks, but they're not even Imperial yet. So he has to get his Imperial upgrades, and he has to spam these out. And his eco, he's starting to get eco finally again, but I don't know, maybe too late. We'll see. We will see how this plays out. I mean, he is repairing, so he could repair this for a while. Look at Leenock. He's getting all his like Imperial techs. I don't know why Leenock is trying. Just give up the water, my man. You don't need it. You're good. Now the trade is inbound. Not the best trade, to be honest. Okay, this is 60 wood, 60 gold. Leenock just needs to get pushing in here soon before, you know. Still no elite upgrades. He's actually making spearmen. He's getting his spearmen upgrades. Okay, that is finally dead. Feels good, man. Now Leenock can officially push into the base. And we're still not seeing any, like, spearmen aren't going to do well against palace guards. Spoiler alert. But this trade, you know, if Cat can get enough time to get this fishing trade really going. I mean, wow, how many does he have? He already has 19 trade ships. Holy cow. What is Leenock firing on here? But Leenock, as stated, Leenock is on a bit of a timer. This is his last gold, right? Or he could take this gold in theory. So he's got this gold, which is about halfway done, and then he's got this gold, and then he's out. So he needs to push. The thing is, this trade is already kicking in, so you know what? Cat might be fine. I think Leenock maybe isn't able to push quick enough. Hard to say. There's still no elite upgrades for... We do see hand cannons coming out, though. I mean, Leenock has an insane bank of gold, wood, and food, so he still has the timing, I think. But he needs to start pushing before a critical mass of hand cannons come out. There's only 8 so far. But more will come. And Cat realizes, right? He's like, okay, I just need to chill. I just need to get all these techs, get this trade going. I still favor Leenock's position right now. I do. I do think Leenock is in a better position, but I don't think Cat needs that much time for it to change. Bunch of villagers going down. This is actually probably good for Cat. He's still at 146 eco, which is too long, which is too much. And Leenock is going Ming Dynasty now. He went, so he's going to get Fire Lancers, I guess, and he's going to get, because yeah, Elite Fire Lancers on the way, and the Great Wall Gatehouse, which is going up right here. Okay, Stone Wall about to finally get out of here. Man, look at those trade ships, though. 39 trade ships. Stonewall is down. 15 hand cannoneers. What's Leenock's upgrades? Okay, he has all his food eco upgrades. And he's just going to run in here, I guess, and go this way. He needs to deal with the farm. Whoops, sorry. He needs to go with this farm eco. He gets rid of this farm eco. Then obviously, you know, Cat's going to struggle for food. Cat she has a huge food bank now. You know, this is starting to look kind of bad for Cat almost. Leenock is taking a little too much time to push. His advantage is very soon gonna fall apart. I mean, Leenock is making a bunch of fire lancers. He's making his own hand cannoneers now. University might be getting burnt down. Keep going down. I mean, this can go either way, but the longer this goes, the better it is for Cat. That's all we know for sure. Stone wall is remade. Now the thing is, does Leenock even think of the trade? What he could do, you know what would be so annoying but would be so smart? With these palace guards, make Imperial Age rams and just take out the docks. Yes, he can still fish, he'll still be able to trade from here, but I think this is more, he gets more from this dock than I think he gets from this dock. Yeah, like I said, this game is still not bad for Leenock yet, but he really needs to start pushing though. Main TC is going to go down here, it looks like. You know, 53 on food for Leenock, only 31 for Cat. Right now that doesn't matter, but that could matter later on. Alright, Trebuchet's gone. Main town center dead for Cat here. Cat needs to delete some of these warships, by the way. I don't think he needs this one, for example. Just delete it. You know, he really only needs a couple. Like, just delete a couple of these, because I think these Bao Chads are what? They're 5 supply each, and he has 4? He's got 5. That's 25 military that's being held up on water that he can't make on land. For the eco tab, this is fine actually. It's really not a concern. As long as they have the production, it's fine. Man, look at Leenock's gold though. He's at 8,000 gold. Getting a little bit of a raid on the food line there. Another landmark goes down. Leenock's going to be out of gold in just a moment. He's only got 100 left on this. Okay, we see hand cannoneers kind of being pushed back a little bit. Look at this trade, though. Oh, man, it's just constant. Oh, we have a lot of fire lancers about to be made by Mr. Cat. Does Cat have the... okay, he does. He does have the upgrade for the hand cannoneers. Okay, but remember, Leenock is out of gold now. Okay, I guess he has this for 400. So Leenock has 7,000 gold, which sounds like a lot, right? You look at this and go, man, Leenock has a ton of gold. He's chilling, but it does not take long to burn through 7k gold if your opponent is able to defend your attacks. So, and Cat, he's not going to be running out of gold anytime soon. Because he's got insane trade. I mean, 4,000 gold per minute. Like, Leenock needs to do significant damage. Like, the food eco is what he needs to hurt. Look at Cat's food eco. It's only at 1,800 per minute compared to the 3k of Leenock. And look at this. Leenock is he's starting to attack this right side. He knows that if he takes care of this farm eco, that Cat's going to be in a lot of trouble. Forward keep coming up for Leenock. Cat kind of just throwing away units one by one here. Cat's out of food. His food eco is dropping more. He's at 1,500 per minute now. He deleted all his fishing ships, by the way, so he's not even on deep sea anymore. So this is his only food eco. He's got 36 villagers on food, and that's it. And I think that's gonna do it. I think Cat's dead. He doesn't have the food eco that Leenock has. Leenock doesn't have gold income anymore, but Cat's not gonna have food eco for much longer. Look at this. You know what Leenock's gonna do? He's gonna take out this keep, and he's just gonna flood this area with fire lancers. Nope, he still has 42 traders, Royal. Leenock throwing away villagers, just like whatever. And here we go. Hand cannoneers in the line, killing his food eco. You think Leenock cares about this? He's like, this is worth it for him. He knows that food is what he needs to go for. This trade, yeah, it's strong, but if you don't have food, it doesn't matter. You can have 10,000 gold. You still need food for units. And he's actually going to snipe the granaries. You know, it's kind of funny. We haven't seen a single nest of bee this game. Kind of odd when you think about it. This hand cannon's still killing villagers. 600 food per minute. $4.5k food per minute for Leenock here. Where is his market actually? Yeah, okay, the fact that Cat has been buying food shows how bad of a situation he's in. When you're buying food in a 40-minute game, that's not a good sign. That's not good at all. Look, he just bought more food. He never took this relic either. I forgot there's gold up here, by the way. And Leenock, as we were talking about earlier, he is running out of gold, but I don't think that matters. I mean, that could play a role, but he's still got a good amount of gold. But as I said, though, right? That's why Leenock has to kill Cat here. If Leenock fails to kill Cat, he's gonna die because he doesn't have gold income. Is farm food that much better than deep sea fish? At this stage in the game, yeah. Does he have a market? I don't even think Leenock has a market. Another keep coming down for Leenock. More raids incoming. You know, this food eco's about to get hit again. These rams taking care of farms, one hit at a time. Gotta say, Leenock played very well today, I thought. I mean, you know, I think he just played... He definitely feels like he's in form, which is good to see. You know, I was worried that he was going to come into this tournament with a little practice, but he's been playing really well, at least today. I don't know how his games went yesterday, and I think he's in... just been playing pretty solid, I would say. Cat's been playing decent, but I feel like Cat was never able to really... he was never able to take advantage of when he was in a leading position. Like in this naval battle, he should have won that naval battle when Leenock went castle, I think. But he just waited a little too long, and then Leenock had castle age upgrades. And, you know, Cat knows it's over, right? He's just kind of... He's not really... Is he really going to try to farm somewhere else? I mean, where's the last landmark? And GG is called. Leenock has taken the series 3-0 in a very solid series, showcasing the power of Leenock, I guess. I mean, look at that food. 78,000 food to the 55. I mean, Leenock was just so far ahead, except in gold. Look at Cat's gold. If Cat could have solidified his position, if he had been able to, you know, if he'd had a better farm transition, he didn't really have very many farms ever. He only had like 30 farms. If he'd been able to have a better farm transition, and if he could have held that attack for just a little longer, he wins because of that trade. But Leenock, you know, he just had such an eco advantage for a while that he was able to, like, just take it. I mean, if you look at this military count, this is water, and then Leenock is just never behind on military again for the rest of this game. And yeah, and he didn't have 25, yeah, and he did have like 25 military on the water. And you can kind of see, look at this villager lead by Leenock here. Now, if you count the eco tab, Leenock is still ahead a little bit.